Fast Five, where our three panelists weigh in on 5 separate topics. Let's get started. First topic, JFK Airport, all clear given after reports of gunshot.
So, I mean, it seems to be a lot of confusion as far as, somebody thought there were gunshots in JFK Airport, and of course they locked down the whole airport, and it turned out to be nothing at all. I'm very comforted that all of our TSA agents, kept us safe from that, just like they keep us safe from everything else, and, make sure you're not carrying any additional, liquids on board. Yeah, I don't have a very high opinion of
Thoughts, Ron?
some of the security measures in airports.
Well, I've been in and out of airports recently and in a lot of places, and I was at a place not too long ago where there were 2 balloons that popped. And the distance or the time frame between the two sounded like gunshots. So you don't know. So if somebody hears something in an area like an airport, what do you do? Do you practice safety? Do you practice caution? How do you deal with it? Because if they didn't deal with it and it was a terrorist,
right,
it was a shot, then they'd be criticized for not acting. In this particular case, they may be criticized for overreacting. Right. I'll take overreacting any day.
Exactly.
We were going down the runway in Atlanta not too long ago, coming back from Omaha. Going down the runway, we were getting ready to take off, and he just backed off and didn't fly.
Oh.
Exactly. Number 2, Michael Phelps to retire. Thoughts?
Great run on the Olympics. I mean, he just set a record for the most individual gold medals, that was set back in many, many years ago. I don't remember how old that was. It was extremely old record. And, Maryland native, Maryland really represented in the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and the good thing about it, I seen a beautiful shirt with the American flag on it with the number 23. I thought it was LeBron James or something for a while, but it wasn't. It was his 23 medals.
Okay.
For the 23,
Excellent.
and it was a very tasteful thing that was done. What an Olympian.
Awesome. Number 3, Adele declines Super Bowl offer.
So she didn't say hello. I think she's very talented. I'm a little disappointed she didn't accept it. Hopefully we'll get, somebody else good in, maybe Aerosmith. I'd be good with that.
But just so they don't bring Janet Jackson back, I mean, that would be okay.
Well, they'd have to have a censored version.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 4, Ryan Lochte robbed in Brazil.
Was he?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Stories aren't matching up.
Yeah, it definitely sounds a little suspicious.
Yes.
I think that somebody was partying a little bit too hard and he was trying to cover up for it. That's what it sounds like it's coming out to be. And in fact, I think the Brazil government is actually suspecting the same thing now.
And I think his mom made the comments originally. Because I saw her on one interview, and she spoke, and she got better as the interview went on, because when she started it, she wasn't that good at bringing forth the message that she wanted to bring forth, but she got better as time went. But I'm not sure that he was actually involved. They have pictures of he and his buddies coming back, all happy and joyous, and like nothing ever happened.
Woohoo, we just got robbed!
And that just... to have a gun where he pulled the trigger back, held it at his head, and you're going to be laughing.
Doesn't sound right.
Something's not adding up. All right, number 5, Washington County Public Schools to charge for iPad protection plan.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, $15 a year per iPad, and then caps out at $45 per family. Additionally, based upon income, the county's willing to do a hardship waiver. Personally, I think $15 for the entire school year for protection in case of accidental damage to the iPad is extremely cheap. I pay like $10 a month to have protection on my cell phone. So if it's only $15 a year and it keeps the costs down for having to replace those iPads continually, because the kids are going to drop them. I think it's perfectly acceptable cost.
what would happen if you gave the parent an option that they either pay for it if their child loses it or break it for its cost,
Yeah.
or that they can buy a $15 insurance? If you rent a car,
Mm-hmm.
do you want our insurance, or are you going to pay for it on your insurance? So you have that
Right.
option. So you have an option a lot of times. Why don't they have an option for a parent? If the parent's got a kid that's very trustworthy and is very responsible, maybe they don't want to pay the $15. I think there should be an option there that maybe they're not
Right.
thinking about. Or, I mean, we sat here and listened to Superintendent Wilcox talk about it a couple weeks ago, and there was no mention that there would be a cost affixed to the parent
Yep.
for utilizing the iPad. So
Yeah.
suddenly,
It is a little bit of a surprise.
yeah.
So.
But I was thinking about the phone thing as well, is that, I'm spending $10 a month for protection on my phone, and knowing how my nieces are with their iPads and how often they get broke or their friends break them, they're going to get broken. So.
Right, exactly. And if you have everyone participating, then you have that pool of money to pay for the broken one.
Or
Do
they've
you
got
have
an
an
insurance
option
plan.
to take the $10, Janice?
Yes.
Okay. So she does have that
Sure.
option. She doesn't have to take it.
I don't
But
have an
she has
option to
the
carry
option.
health care.
This is Stay tuned. Last call is next.